How's everybody doing today? It has been a minute since I checked in with my YouTube community, and I apologize for that, but sometimes life just gets in the way of the things we want to do, and our hobbies and our passions have to take a backseat to just getting things done. So that's where I have been for the last few weeks, is just kind of getting a handle on the important things that need to happen for life to move forward. But I'm back, and I'm very excited about today's video. About a month ago, Backcountry Pilgrim tagged me in the comments of one of his videos in which he was talking about new backpacking gear that he was very excited about going into 2022. I had made a comment about having a few things I was excited about, and he just said, consider yourself tagged. So here I am, making good on that tag. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not changing a ton about my backpacking equipment from 2021 into 2022. Towards the end of 2021, I picked up a handful of pieces of gear that I'm really excited about and haven't gotten a ton of use out of. And then I have a few things here that are actually brand new that I have never used. So let's dig into it. The first thing I want to talk about is backpacks. Right at the tail end of 2021, I picked up two brand new backpacks. I am retiring my Osprey Exos 58. I have hundreds of miles on that pack, and it has taken a beating, but it is just time for me to move on to something different. So the first of the two packs that I've picked up, you have already seen, and in fact, I have already done a review of right here on the channel, and that is Waymark Gear's framed 50-liter light. I've got a couple hundred miles on this pack right now, and I gotta tell you, it checks almost all my boxes. I'm a big fan of this pack. It's very comfortable, it's very versatile, it carries all of the gear I need to, and it carries it well. Why then did I get another backpack, you may ask? Well, I picked up a Superior Wilderness Designs Long Haul 50. These packs are very, very similar. So again, that begs the question, why? Why have two packs that are almost identical? And the reason behind that is, so the Waymark pack is a framed pack with a sewn-in back panel. And that's just what it is. It does that, and it does it very, very, very well. The Superior Wilderness Designs pack has a removable frame and a removable pad. So I can use it as either a framed pack for longer trips, but I could also use it as a frameless, approximately 30-liter pack for shorter, single overnight trips, or for times when I want to go like super ultra light. So although these two packs are sort of similar, they are going to serve different purposes, and the Long Haul 50 is going to primarily be my winter pack for hauling my snowshoes and things like that, because it has a few extra lash points that the Waymark doesn't have. But it's also going to be the pack I use, probably frameless, for single overnight trips or just shorter ultralight trips. Two other pieces of gear I picked up sort of late in the game in 2021 were my Outdoor Vitals Ventus hoodie, which I've got a considerable amount of time in and have already done a review for. I'm a big fan. The other one was the Outdoor Vitals Loft-Tech synthetic puffy jacket. If you've been with the channel for any length of time, you may have seen the review I did of my Mountain Hardwear puffy jacket, and you probably know I was not a huge fan of that jacket, but I hadn't planned on buying a new one. I wanted to use that Mountain Hardwear jacket until it just kind of couldn't be used anymore. And then along came the Loft-Tech, and this jacket checked all of my buttons. Everything that I would have changed about the Mountain Hardwear jacket, the Outdoor Vitals Loft-Tech has. I've got the adjustable hood, I've got the armpit vents that I wanted, I've got the thumb loops that I wanted, and the weight to warmth ratio is better than the Mountain Hardwear jacket. Now, I've legitimately only worn the Loft-Tech jacket 3 times since I bought it, so I'm not ready to do a full review, but I can tell you kind of my preliminary thoughts are very positive. One more piece of gear that I picked up kind of late in the game in 2021 is the Platypus Quick Draw filter. I am a big fan of this filter so far. I've only really used it in the field 4 times. So again, not quite ready to do a full review, but my initial impression is very positive. Some of the things that I liked about this right out of the box: it's sealed on both ends with little washers or gaskets, whatever you want to call them, and it doesn't leak when you put it away for the day. You know, you've filtered your water, you stick it in your jacket pocket, you stick it in a pocket in your backpack. Nothing's leaking out. It stays nice and dry. I love that. I also love the versatility. So you've got the proprietary threading on the one end there that screws into the supplied dirty bag. So just right out of the box, click these things together, you are ready to go. It also has like a standard threading on the inside that screws on to a smart water bottle. And you can use it much the same as the Sawyer Squeeze that we all know and love. I'm really excited about this filter. I'm excited to get some more field tests with it and see how it really does. A couple of things that intrigue me: you can either do the shake method to clean it, similar to like the Katadyn Be Free. So you'd put dirty water in your bag, shake it vigorously, get some of that flow rate back. But if that doesn't work, you put clean water in your smart water bottle, squeeze those together, and give it a nice squeeze, and you can actually back flush it in the field so long as you already have some clean water in a bottle similar to this. So I like things that have versatility. I like having those options. You know, anybody who's used the Katadyn Be Free knows sometimes out in the field the shake method doesn't get you the flow rate back that you were hoping for. And it's nice to be able to have two options in terms of field cleaning your water filter, because this is arguably one of the most important pieces of equipment in your kit. On to shelters. What shelter am I going to be spending my nights in 2022? This is another piece of gear you have already seen and I have already done a full review on. It is my X-Mid from Durston Gear. I have the X-Mid 2P. I'm a big fan, and I haven't really found any reason to change or try any other shelter right now. That said, I am sort of interested in Tarp Tent's Double Rainbow. I would like to have a freestanding option for those trips where a trekking pole tent may not be ideal, but I found a ton of workarounds, you know, building rock piles and things like that on top of the stakes, and I really haven't had any issues setting up the X-Mid in any situation. So for now, that's going to be my go-to shelter. And lastly, I want to talk about a brand new piece of gear that I have not tested at all yet. It literally just arrived on my doorstep 2 days ago. The Enlightened Equipment Enigma Apex Synthetic 30-degree quilt. I picked the quilt up during Enlightened Equipment's warehouse sale, so I did have to make a couple of compromises. The inner fabric isn't exactly what I would have chosen, and the color scheme isn't exactly what I would have chosen, but I have to admit the black on black is pretty cool looking. I have always been a sleeping bag guy. Always, always, always. I've never used a quilt, and this year I decided I'm going to try using a quilt. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be for those trips where the nights don't dip too far out of like the mid to low 40s. It is a 30-degree quilt. I am a relatively warm sleeper, but I don't really want to test the waters and dip into that 30 and below area with this piece of equipment. So this will be for those, you know, June, July, August trips where it doesn't get much out of the 40s at night. I'll be using the Enlightened Equipment Enigma quilt in conjunction with my Nemo Flyer sleeping pad, which is another piece of gear I picked up kind of late in the game last year and have already done a full review of. So all of that begs the question, where am I taking these things? Well, I do already have a couple of big trips planned for 2022 that I'm very excited about. The end of April, I will be hiking a bucket list trail for me. I have wanted to hike this trail ever since I found out it existed. It has been one of those things that I was like, someday I'm hiking that trail. And so the last week of April, I will be out on the Lost Coast Trail. Super, super excited. It is a birthday trip. I will be turning 50 years old on the trail, which is, I mean, is there a better way to spend your birthday than doing a bucket list hike? I don't think so. In addition to the Lost Coast Trail trip, I have a Yosemite trip I'm very excited about for July 4th weekend. And I've got some friends invited along on that trip that if everybody's schedules work out and we can really make this happen, it's going to make for some very, very cool YouTube content. Now, outside of those two trips, I have some rough ideas, kind of rough sketches of other places I want to spend some time. Nothing quite set in stone just yet, but I will keep you apprised of all those plans. I've got reviews of the things that I have not yet reviewed coming soon. Definitely want to get some time in the field with all of these pieces of gear before I share my opinions on them with you, because I want you to be able to use my reviews to make informed decisions. I hope you found some value and entertainment in this video, and as always, we will talk again soon.